Welcome to Malaysia's biggest day of the year, Merdeka.
In this Malaysia vlog, we're taking you on a guided tour through the streets of Kuala Lumpur during Merdeka. So Merdeka is Malaysia's Independence Day, and as you can see, it's a massive event. When we were here, it felt like all of Kuala Lumpur was just in the one street. It was just crazy.
We've been slow travelling for the last few years and really staying in a country for a long period of time and getting to know it. And what I've really loved about that is being there for all the major festivities and events and really getting to know the culture of a place. Merdeka really exceeded all of our expectations.
Yeah, to be honest, we didn't really know what to expect. So we knew it was the National Day, we knew it was a big day, and we could see preparations happening all around us. When we got out of our hotel in the morning, we were greeted with this big procession along one of the highways. There was just all these
emergency services vehicles.
Yeah, like police and the fire service, and that was pretty cool. And everyone was stopped in their tracks just to see what was going on. It was really interesting, and that was only just the start. So then we just found our way to where all the noise was, and we found ourselves here.
Yeah, we just kind of stumbled on this, but yeah, if you follow the crowds, you can't go wrong, hey?
Yeah, that's right. So we are doing just that. We're following the crowds, and so I believe we're making our way to Independence Square, or Dataran, Merdeka.
So this street was named after Malaysia's very first Prime Minister.
Yeah, and his name was Tuanku Abdul Rahman. And he was instrumental in the fight for Malaysia's independence from British rule.
So Malaysia gained its independence on the 31st of August 1957. The ceremony had a lot of really important moments. It started just a couple of minutes before midnight when the Prime Minister arrived, and there was 2 minutes of silence before the British flag was lowered to the sound of God Save the Queen, the British national anthem.
And then the new Malaysian flag was raised, the Malaysian national anthem of Negaraku. More than 20,000 people witnessed the ceremony at midnight, and the festivities continued the following day. So now every year Merdeka is celebrated in the country. So what normally happens on Merdeka every year is that each of the states will organise their own local Merdeka parade. The states also take turn in organising a national parade, which is usually overseen by the country's Prime Minister as well as the King and other high-profile dignitaries. Each year there is nevertheless a massive parade that takes place in Kuala Lumpur at the original location where Independence Day was first celebrated, and that is Merdeka Square. So we are coming up to that shortly.
It's also known as Dataran Merdeka, which means Independence Square in Malaysian.
Now there is also a Malaysia Day, so that's on the 16th of September. Not to be confused with Merdeka, it is quite a similar event. The difference being that this one celebrates the inclusion of North Borneo and Sarawak to the Malaysian country. And those countries joined in 1963.
Yeah, so Singapore actually joined Malaysia at that day as well. Like, it used to be part of Malaysia, but only for a couple of years.
They broke off as their own country in 1965. When we've been travelling around in Malaysia, we have noticed a lot of public holidays. And who doesn't love a public holiday?
Yeah, I'd say Malaysia has one of the most public holidays in the world. They've got some that are celebrated across the country, like Merdeka, and it's great that they've got all of these celebrations.
Yep, so Malaysians certainly know how to party.
And as you can see everywhere, we've got the Malaysian national flag.
There's plenty of people around. There are parades. We saw floats of people all dressed up in traditional wear, which was really nice and quite glamorous. And there were also military demonstrations as well. So we were at one intersection where there were just all these military vehicles that were just parading through the city. It was really quite a spectacle.
Yeah, so you get all of the armed services getting involved. They're all in their full uniforms and like even the war paint as well, which is quite interesting to see.
I just love how much Malaysians get into the festivities. So if you look at this family on our left, they've all been made up in costumes of the flag. How cool does this look?
Yeah, I love how they've gotten into the festive spirit. People of all ages really get involved, even from young babies, children, all the way up to adults and elderly people. Everyone's just out on the street celebrating.
It's a really cool family event.
And if you're in Malaysia for Merdeka Day this year, we'd love to hear from you as well. How do you celebrate?
Yeah, and even if you're not Malaysian, how do you celebrate your National Day? We'd just love to find out. It was interesting, in the days leading up to Merdeka, from our hotel we could see all these military helicopters and even jets fly around the city. I believe it was just in preparation for Merdeka, so it really is a full-on display of the nation.
Yeah, and at midnight there were fireworks that went off, so yeah, we could see it from our hotel room, which was pretty cool.
Every Merdeka there will be fireworks at the stroke of midnight, or I think it's anywhere between the 2 minutes leading up to midnight, depending on the location that you're at.
Yeah, and you can see that all of the buildings are decorated with the Malaysian flag. People are wearing the Malaysian flag. It's just a really big day of national pride.
We're coming up to Dataran Merdeka, which is Independence Square. And this area was where the raising of the Malaysian flag first took place.
Yeah, so quite a significant place in Malaysia's history.
Yeah, so whenever you're in Kuala Lumpur, make sure you check that area out as well.
And if you're wondering where we are now, we're at Jalan Perak, which translates to Silver Road. And on the right of us, we have a performing arts centre. Yeah, so that's quite a stunning building, isn't it?
Yeah, I just love Islamic architecture. I love the symmetry of the buildings.
The geometry.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. You may have noticed that there are a lot of food vendors here on the streets.
Food is a big thing in Malaysian culture.
Yeah, oh, for sure. And Jay and I joke that it's Malaysians' love language. So just being able to share and give food, it's just a wonderful thing.
Yeah, you'll never go hungry in Malaysia.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And speaking of Malaysian food, there is so much to enjoy when you're in the country. Some of our favourites are curry mee. That is my absolute favourite.
I also like nasi kerabu. That's pretty amazing.
And don't forget satay. That's full of peanut sauce. So delicious.
Yes, that's definitely one of my go-to dishes. And don't forget the desserts either. So we have ice kacang and cendol. Oh, so delicious.
Everything's so good. I just absolutely love Malaysian food. So if you're new to our channel, I'm Jay.
And I'm John.
And together we're Bucket List Travellers. We've been travelling in Malaysia for 3 months and we've been really loving our time in the country. We've been exploring the food and the culture and meeting lovely people. And we're on an adventure to reach 100 countries as part of our Bucket List travel adventures.
So if you want to follow us on our adventures around Malaysia, as well as our adventures around the world and getting to our bucket list goal of 100 countries, make sure you subscribe and click that notification button.
We are Bucket List Travellers.
See you next time.